I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law.
Good morning, my name is Justine Vernet and I'm the KFT Hotel General Manager. Let me tell you a little bit more about our hotel. So we are a 4-star hotel located in the city center. We have 250 guest rooms, premium and standard, and we have a restaurant as well as a bar lounge. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about our strategies. So our performance strategy is aiming in high quality. Our pricing strategy is mid-price. Now, our targets. We aim in targeting small and large groups, bar standards and tours. What were our goals for this previous year? It was to have a ROE higher than 5.5% and a gross operating profit higher than 40.5%. Now, let me introduce you to my team who will discuss the performance of this year.
Won't stop fighting to the very end.
According to last year's result, Q1 had the lowest occupancy rate, so we decided to focus on occupancy rate and how the ADR affects it. First, we used maximum occupancy strategy to begin the year, especially for our target customers, bar standard, tour, large and small groups. As a result of January, the occupancy rate compared to the comp set, which is MPI, came up very close to 100. So we decided to decrease ADR for February to check how lowering ADR affects occupancy rate index, and we thought it will increase as customers will price elastic on low occupancy period. However, the result showed if ADR decreased, occupancy and RevPAR index also decreased. Therefore, we decided to increase our price, which increased ARI to 106.5 and bring up MPI to 99.9 again at the end. And RGI went down continuously as our competitors also increased their revenue but was still above 100.
Our prime marketing strategy for the first quarter was to analyze our competitors. Our hotel has achieved a positive result in overall. From the beginning, we have implemented all elective marketing tools because it does not cost too much and investing more than 3 to 4% according to budget or spending guideline. In addition, we decided to invest the most to direct channels because they were mostly preferred by our guests. We had invested heavily merely to analyze competitors and to check ADR and facilities are attractive to potential guests. As a result, our guests had appreciated widespread advertisements on special offers. The first quarter for channel management was a highly beneficial period to analyze our comp sets. All segments were distributed based on market share according to the data from previous year. The three indicators showing how well we understood the market, namely RGI, MPI, and ARI, overwhelmed the market. Just except ARI, which was 0.2 away from the index of 100. This was because the ADRs of January and February were lower than baseline, and that of March set a high ADR compared to competitors. However, the channel management was successful because all 4 targeted segments were occupied above the market share.
The first month, especially when we don't know what our competitors are doing, we decided to put more focus on renovating the front desk, meeting rooms, and lobby public areas to ensure we establish a good reputation with the front of house. We're aligned and even better than our competitors in the market in these 3 aspects and stay consistent with other competitors in the other reputation criteria. However, we are not satisfied with being aligned in the market. Therefore, we have put focuses on the environmental program by the end of the first quarter and maintain the guest satisfaction for the rooms, parking, and associated facilities.
For Q1, we decided to invest money on foreign exchange, guest room internet, and express check-in and out, and parking, telephone, guest room, laundry, and dry cleaning, and room service, food, and beverage. We decided to start make non-room revenue from the beginning and to fulfill the guest satisfaction level and get one step closer to our aimed quality goal, which is high quality. For facilities, we ended on spending funds on travel and tour desk and business center. Since we previously had high occupancy of our targeted tour segments, we wanted to give more positive expressions by providing more facilities. Further, we decided to build a business center since one of our target segments is large and small groups, so we could also create higher non-room revenue from our targeted segments as well.
continuously focused on occupancy rate for our target market for Q2 again. As the MPI was still below 100, we decided to arrange a price again to match higher MPI, but for ADR closer to 100. We continuously decreased $5 per every month for our target, except tours which made high market share, which was very close to 11%. As a result, we could achieve higher occupancy rate, ADR and RevPAR than the market baseline, and a continuous increase from the beginning of the year.
The marketing for second quarter was an adaptation to the market after an analysis of first quarter. We decreased our investments on advertisement, but still a little bit higher than the budget or spending guideline to match with the growing demand. On the other hand, guests felt there was a lack of advertisement, yet we were expecting a strong marketing impact. The channel management of second quarter was also an adaptation. All segments were distributed based on market share, and rates were reduced or increased between 5 and 10 to analyze competitors. Hence, all the market shares of targeted segments were either very close or higher than comp sets, except a large group in May and small group in April. The RGI, MPI, and ARI this period were all exceeding 100, which indicates how well we understood the market, and both occupancy and RevPAR were better than our comp sets. As a result, the positive outcomes were gradually increased compared to the first quarter.
Starting the second quarter, we saw our guest room premium has dropped down to 52% and labeled in red. Although guest premium is not our target segment, however, in order to keep up with the overall quality as we are aiming for mid-price and high quality, we have decided to perform contract cleaning on guest premium and associated facilities. As we forecast that it will drop down to 52% next month if we don't make a change. In June, our reputation was aligned with the market, and we have set our goal to achieve a rating of 70% and above for the next quarter, which is high season. Thus, we have done contract cleaning for meeting room, standard rooms, parking, lobby area, associated facilities, and front decks to prepare the pre-season.
In Q2, as we tried to reflect on our customers' feedback, we invested more funds on facilities by investing on building retail shop and providing valet parking facility. Moreover, we decided to invest more funds on turn-down services, music and entertainment, and concierge services in order to be prepared for the high seasons.
Last month of Q2 reached very high MPI of 113.1, so we decided to increase $10 for both weekday and weekend for our target customers. Not as we expected, beginning of Q3, total market share for tour, small group, large group of below 10% of the market share. However, it went up again and reached 12% on August as market's total occupancy rate increased, which brings down our MPI to 100, but made our ADR to match with the market. As a result, our ADR occupancy and RevPAR index was higher compared to the market for Q3.
The marketing of third quarter targeted to match with the high demand of guests. Thus, we increased advertisement expenses to attain stronger marketing effect to align with the demanding period. However, our guests still eager to be exposed to be more advertisements. Channel management of third quarter aimed to utilize the high demand and obtain the largest market shares. All segments were distributed based on market share and demand. The rates were reduced or increased between 5 and 10 to analyze competitors. We targeted to maximize the market shares of bar standard because the segment was expected to produce the most revenue. However, tour in July resulted to be the worst market share by having 5.02% only. By comparing indexes, Q2 managed better than Q3. However, RGI, MPI, ARI, occupancy, and RevPAR exceeded 100 overall.
In the beginning of July, most of our reputation criteria is above 70%, which is satisfactory. Once again, in August, our guest room premium has dropped down to 52%. Therefore, we have decided to use our second contract cleaning services for the premium rooms to ensure our goal of achieving high quality can be met. We have also forecasted that parking, grounds, and pools will drop down to 52% if we don't make any changes. However, we did not make any amendments, and as shown in the next month, we have dropped down to 52% as expected. As we come to the end of the high season, our reputation is above average compared to the market, and at this point during the year, we are just trying to match with the market and with our competitors and still try to improve as much as possible for the next quarter and the next year.
In Q3, as we were in high season, we decided not to spend more funds for investments since we have high demands. We tried to accept as many guests as possible to increase our revenue. We concluded to save our funds till we reach Q4 to build the fitness during the low season quarter. In the third quarter, we overall made $311,502 non-room revenue and $25,502 other departments expenses, which was our highest non-room revenue overall out of 4 quarters.
Peak season ended, so we decided to lower the price for our target customers. Even though last year's market occupancy had a huge decrease from quarter 3 to quarter 4, our target customers' occupancy rate for both weekday and weekend stayed similar. So we decided to decrease only $10 for bar standard and $5 for the rest. But for the last month of the year, we assumed that our competitors will decrease the ADR more as the market ADR is continuously decreasing. So we decreased extra $5. It matched with the market ADR, even made a higher NPI than market on October and November. But as our competitor decreased a lot more than us, even though we decreased, our ADR even went up to 106 and resulted as low NPI and decrease of RGR.
We have enforced a challenging strategy for marketing in the last quarter in order to fulfill guest wants on advertisements. Hence, we invested 6.63%, which was highest percentage among all 4 quarters. Meanwhile, we decreased group weekdays advertisement as we obtained large amount of group through RFP challenge on October and increased the expenses back on November. In addition, we decided to invest on group weekend through GDS and OTA channels, but it was the worst decision because there was zero occupancy of them. Overall, the guests expressed lack of advertisement in October, but no more negative comments received after then. Sales management of the last quarter was successful. All segments were distributed based on market share, and rates were reduced or increased between 5 and 10 to reduce the risk of losing guests. Market shares of targeted segments were either very close or higher than comp sets, but surprisingly showed gradual improvement compared to quarter 3.
Coming to the end of the year, the fourth quarter is deemed to be more quieter compared to the high season the third quarter. We have decided to use our second contract cleaning services for public areas, lobby, parking, meeting rooms, and environmental programs to be able to maintain our reputation until the end of the year and the beginning of next month. Due to the newly built facility of fitness center, there was a minimal budget for refurbishment or soft good redos. Thus, our reputation has dropped enormously in guest premium and guest standards room. However, this does not make us drop below our competitors, as all competition in the market has dropped significantly in room's reputation. So at the end of the first year simulation, our reputation management has always maintained at the market level or even higher in certain months. This shows that we have achieved the expectation of guest satisfaction equal to the market or above, as well as setting a good brand image for the upcoming year.
In quarter 4, as we planned in quarter 3, we invested money on building fitness center to reach our quality strategy. However, we did not spend any funds on services since it is our low season, and we thought we are providing various services that's enough for the coming customers.
Regarding the recommendations, as we finished last year by building a fitness center, in the short term, we plan in the first quarter of next year to increase available funds that we can use for further projects during the year. In the second quarter of next year, we would like to do some soft good redos of guest room premiums. Why guest room premiums? Guest room premiums as it was the lowest percentage in our reputation management analysis. Now in the long term, as we've seen last year, the third quarter was the most important quarter as it was the highest occupancy, highest ADR, and in these 3 months, we achieved half of our expected ROE. Now, so what next year we would like to concentrate on this quarter. How are we going to do that? We are going to do that through the pricing strategy. We are going to adapt our ADR to our concept to see how occupancy reacts faced to that. Marketing next year will work on promoting our new fitness center to increase occupancy as well. And therefore, at the end of last year, it's true we finished mid-price and mid-quality, as we were aiming in mid-price, high quality. So this year, we're going to aim in high quality. How are we going to do that? With the results and feedback from our customers, we are going to adapt to what they told us, and we're going to start forecasting and save funds to build more facilities and renovate more parts of our hotel. In general, our GOP was over 40.5%, was 42.17%. We satisfied the guest, and we want to continue to maintain our quality and reputation.